Welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and we talk about who they are, where they come from, and what inspires them to be in business. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Today we are chatting with Kim Muirhead from Get Linked Prestige Networking. Kim is a master networker and connector and specialises in bringing people together through networking opportunities. She has roots in the real estate industry, hospitality management and events management, and she's also the founder of the 4212 Go Local and Surrounds Facebook group. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brett. It is an absolute pleasure to be here chatting to you today. So thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Do you want to, I know I explained who you were, but why don't you explain who you are in your own words?
Thank you for that, but I must say you did really well.
Thanks very much. So we don't need to do that.
I don't think we do. I really don't think we do.
What do you do?
Well, in a nutshell, I bring business owners together through networking. I am extremely passionate about it. It's where I'm actually in flow because I'm a natural connector. And so I based Get Linked Prestige Networking on that very thing, doing what I absolutely love doing.
And that's bringing people together.
People together, yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing. I've been to one of your events and it was an amazing event. What I found is that there's a lot of love in the room.
There is
the people
so
that
much
are there
love.
want to be there, and I think that's the big difference from the different networking events that we've been to, is that it's unbelievable the love that you feel when you walk in that room, and that's all because of you.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that first, Brett. But yeah, we are all about contribution, collaboration, and family. Like, there is a background to Get Linked, and I don't even know how to say this, but it's really, I wanted to represent my family into my business. And that's really like Get Linked's not just Get Linked. There's a whole story behind that as well. So, yeah.
That's what we're here for. You're going to get to tell the story. That's the whole point of today's podcast. So how long have you been in business?
I've been in business for myself. This will be the third business I've actually run on my own. Get Linked Prestige Networking, we're going into our third year, so I'm extremely excited about this. So third year, but it took me a year to prepare to launch Get Linked. So it wasn't something that I did quickly, but I did it intentionally.
Why was it such a long period of time to launch? Why wouldn't you just jump off the cliff and try and find the parachute on the way down?
It's really simple. Self-doubt, fear.
And 90% of people suffer from.
Exactly, don't we just?
Yeah.
And this is another thing that, within what I do, I understand business because I can lead by example. So I lead by example through, bringing people together in connection, but I also lead by example because this is my third business I've run.
And the other two businesses, successful or unsuccessful?
Are both successful. I'm a beauty therapist by trade. So I started a business from scratch many, many moons ago, and I ended up selling it after 8 years before I went into hospitality.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was also, my husband and I ran pubs and clubs for probably too many years, but I really enjoyed it. Again, it was about people, right? Yep. And then selling real estate, which I absolutely phenomenally enjoyed, but a change had to come because I was missing out on my daughter's netball semi-final. That's when I decided to get out of real estate and look at what next.
And what next was Get Linked. Why Get Linked? Why is the name there? How did that happen?
Yeah, sure. So once I decided to remove myself from real estate, unfortunately, it was me, Mum and Dad, and we had Team Holland Real Estate. Those that know Team Holland Real Estate around town, we used to wear hats because I'm a hat lover, funny enough. But when we made the decision to exit real estate, my mum then got cancer and my dad then had to look after my mum. So not only did my decision impact me and my family, but it impacted my mum and my dad as well because it was actually, I believe it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we would have had a shitload of roadblocks, mind you. So I believe it happened. I didn't know what I was going to do once we exited real estate, but I did take the time to dig deep and found out it's so true what they say. Find out your why first and then build from that.
Love that. So true. So true. And you got to go to your daughter's netball games.
Oh, look, she plays for NGCNA on the Gold Coast here, so she plays for club as well as rep, and it was the best decision I made because she actually won their state age championship last year.
Congratulations.
I know, Shannon's so proud of her. And she got best and fairest, and she was the captain. So couldn't have asked for better. And I wouldn't have been able to follow her journey if I was still in real estate, because it's many hours real estate.
So you made a decision based on family, and it's worked.
100%.
Everyone
Family
should
first.
do that.
Absolutely.
And family should always be first.
Yeah.
It's that simple, isn't it? And are you like a netball mum? Are you like a screamer and a hollerer and a cheerer, or are you more in the background? Depends who you ask.
It's funny because I actually bring the netball parents together as well.
I'm sure you do.
And so now we have these, like, we're really, really close to our netball families, and we do more than cheering. We dance. I've got a little dance that we do, which is really good. And they ask for it. They go, oh, and then everyone sort of jumps on in. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We'll ask you to do the dance on video later. That's fine. We can get that one for the socials. So what do you love about networking? What do you hate about networking? When I mean that, but like actually networking events, because lots of people do this. It's not the only prestige networking people on the Gold Coast or anywhere in Australia. You obviously did it because it's not done right. That's the way I look at these things. Or you could do it better, right? So
I love your straightforwardness.
That's just the way it is. But what was the main point? Like what's the thing you hate in the industry, if you want to put it that way?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'd like to just say first and foremost that every networking group has a purpose, no matter where you are in business. And I think that there's enough room for everybody. When I first started this, I obviously self-doubted myself and thought, how can I go up against these other networking groups? But I was never going to go. I don't look at it as going up against them. I'm joining them. I'm just offering something a little bit different. So then a business owner can then have the choose and the options, like Aldi, Coles and Woolworths, for example. So what moved me was I was in networking groups, and I got to a stage where I just wanted more, but I didn't know what that more was until I started Get Linked, if that makes sense. Because now I'm actually being educated myself, and I actually get stimulated from the meetings because we offer so much for our business owners, and we've got a certain class of member within Get Linked as well. So really interested in that open business mindset where you can see where you want to go, but we want to support you in that journey. And that's what 100%. Makes us different to other networking. I always bang on about it's more than just a coffee catch up, and it's more than just swapping business cards and referrals, because networking is about people, and you need to surround yourself with the right people for your business success.
Love that a lot. What's your best ever networking story? Like, what's the best, most successful, you putting two people together or at one of your events?
Okay, this actually happened outside of Get Linked, and this is why I love what I do. So my husband ran a Australian Golf Blitz on Sunday, and I got to meet the CEO of Swim Mart. So he owns all the franchises, Swim Mart, right? And then I also got to have a really good chat to the CEO of Blitz. So because I spent time with both of those gentlemen, I got a bond with them. So then by the end of the afternoon, they had their backs to each other. What I didn't know is they didn't know each other. So I actually grabbed both of them and I said, hey, I don't know if you've met, but this is such and such from Swim Mart and this is such and such from Blitz, and I'd like to introduce you. By the end of the conversation, count me like hand on heart, Swim Mart was talking to him about sponsorship.
How good's that?
It just blew me away, and like that is why I do what I do, right?
That's so good. I love that. Other people that go to networking events, you mentioned before, swap cards, usually see the same people there, have a coffee, say good day, all that sort of stuff. What's your 5 top tips you could give someone, whether it's Get Linked or another networking event? What's your 5 key things to do when you get there?
Well, I'd start with before you get there. I would definitely make sure that you know where you're going and to make sure that you've got enough time to get there. So never rock up to a networking event not knowing where you're going, who you're seeing. Make sure that you're presented extremely well because you're there on behalf of your business, right? So that's what and definitely when you get to a networking group, don't stand on your own. I know it's hard for some people that are really introverts, and I try to help people that are introverts. I sort of take them under my wing and encourage them, and people have turned to me and said, thank you for doing that because I'm such an introvert. So definitely just go up to someone and say, hi, I'm such and such, but please do not do the sales pitch.
Okay, so what's that?
Well, basically, if I was to meet you first, I'd go, hi, I'm Kim Muirhead Holland, and you are? And you go, you're Brett from Media 8. Wow, Brett, how did you start Media 8? So then I'm starting to question and grab information off you to get to know you, because if I know you, then I can better connect you.
100%. So what's the bit you don't do? So you should
no salesy. No, here's my card.
Okay, so when we say no salesy, that's what we mean.
That's what we mean.
Hi, do you want to sell your house?
Yeah.
And here's my
Pretty
card
much.
if you want to sell your house.
Yes.
And that happens a lot at these events.
It does. It does.
And the other thing I find really interesting is where you host your events.
Yes.
Because there's lots of different places that people go to these events, and you seem to have a theme where you host your events.
Yes, I have a theme.
And what's that theme?
It's golf, because I'm very proud my husband's just been appointed GMA Australia's president.
That's so good.
So I'm really, really excited for him for that. So I really want to take GetLink nationally. So whether that be franchise or licensing, I'm not really 100% sure yet. It's like a journey.
I can hook you up with someone about that.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. There we go. Love that.
So I really would like to support the golfing industry and the managers within GMA Australia. So it's really a no-brainer.
And the good thing about golf clubs is it's normally good food and good coffee.
It's always
That's what I find.
Yeah.
Makes a massive difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go to an event and you think, oh, gee, that food was nice, I'll go back there. Nothing to do with the food, obviously. It's to do with the event. What marketing do you currently do? How do you market yourself?
Sure. Well, I do have a marketing lady that works with me,
Mm-hmm.
Tamara Stiller. She is absolutely the bomb.
Did you meet her at a Get Linked event?
It's funny, yes.
Love it.
Yes, we gave her a go in Get Linked, and which she is extremely grateful for. And within such a short period of time, she has gone from here to here, not only within her business but her confidence as well. That. So yeah, she flies in. So yeah, helping many businesses.
Oh, I love that. What does she do for you? What sort of marketing do you do? Is it social media? Or is it Google AdWords? What sort of stuff do you recommend?
Okay, so I recommend a lot of different things, but you got to work out what's right for you first.
Indeed.
So I must admit, I stick to Facebook and Instagram with a little bit of LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. You can do TikTok. There's so many different avenues, but I believe you've got to be somewhere and make your presence known and really feel what's going to be right for you in your marketing. Like, where are your ideal clients hanging out?
Yeah.
Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, she does a lot of my marketing as far as setting up my reels and my social media, because I just couldn't juggle it all at once.
And that's good to get help. One of the biggest things in business is actually asking for help.
Absolutely, and I've learned that probably even better this year. I've actually got it written down, ask for help.
Love that.
And I think every business owner needs to find that space within their business and go, okay, it's okay to ask for help. And it's sort of added a different flavour to Get Linked as well, because if you can be vulnerable somewhere and be open and honest and ask for help, and you've got a collaborative membership and community around you, you're going to come up with better solutions to your problems.
Love that. That's so good. So what's next for you? Obviously, you want to take it national, but what's next?
I do.
That's big plan.
That's the big plan.
What's next 3 to 6 to 12?
Okay, pretty simple. I just launched my Oxley Golf Club Get Linked, which kicks off in 2023.
And that's in Brisbane?
That's in Brisbane, yes. So I've got 2 established Gold Coast business chains here on the Gold Coast, which I want to continually to grow. I'm very pedantic on who we bring in, and that we want to grow slowly with We want quality, right? Also grow Oxley. Once I've got that established, I've already got people that have reached out and said, hey, will you bring Get Linked here? But I just said, hang on, I want to establish these 3 first, then we'll go to the next. So this is a big vision for me. This is going to be my husband and our future retirement.
Love it.
And I want to be able to hand it down to someone like me that is really motivated by helping business owners.
So as part of all this, what's the biggest buzz you get?
Oh, exactly what I did on Sunday and bringing
Just
people
putting
together.
those 2 people together and they just go boom.
And then it just goes boom.
Love that.
And just
That's so good.
watching business owners achieve their dreams because of belief instead of fear. Oh,
Isn't
there's
it
nothing
funny
better.
that when you started this, it was the fear that started it?
Totally.
And it's gone full circle.
I learned to be uncomfortable with. I learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable now.
Because I'm a massive, I come across as a massive extrovert. I'm actually a very big introvert. My biggest thing in the world is I hate going to networking events because I hate going up to people. I'm happy for people to come to me. That's fine. I'll talk to anyone. But I hate when going up to people and saying, hi, I'm Brett. And they go, what do you do? And the thing I found at Get Linked is the fact that you didn't feel uncomfortable at all. And I think that was the fact that you put your arm around people when they come in. You're a hugger. I'm a hugger. There's a common thing there. And everyone feels like they've actually got that big warm embrace. So you do an amazing job at that. Well done.
Thank you, Brett. I really appreciate it. And it's part of, again, that feels like home. Like,
it does.
Feeling embraced, feeling supported. It sort of just goes hand in hand, but naturally.
Yes.
It
doesn't feel forced.
It doesn't feel forced. You can feel the energy when you come to Get Linked. So people are telling me. So, and you're one of them, and thank you for that.
No problem at all. So if people want to find you, how do they find you?
On Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
And what's your handle? Is it Get Linked Prestige?
At Get Linked Prestige Networking.
Okay, very long. Yep.
Yes. I know that was someone that said that to me.
Is that the same across all socials?
Yes.
And what's your website?
www.getlinkedprestigenetworking.com.au.
Okay, and is that if someone wants to email you out of the blue, how do they do that?
info@getlinkednetworking.com.au.
Get Linked Prestige Networking or just Get Linked Networking?
Just Get Linked Networking.
Okay, we just need to be careful with that one. We need to make sure that goes up.
Either way, it'll still come to me.
Yeah, no
It's just
problem
set
at
up
all.
like that.
Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for coming in.
Wow.
Really appreciate you doing this and being on the podcast today. One of the things that I love to do at every podcast I do, and ask you some quick fire questions.
Oh, here we
ready?
go. Not really.
Favorite food?
Oh, bacon and eggs.
I love bacon and eggs.
I know, right?
Favorite place in the world?
Oh, Italy. My bucket list.
Favorite song?
Oh, Return of the Mac.
Love that too. That's awesome. Thanks so much. Would you recommend us to other businesses?
Absolutely. There's nothing better than just if you like to sit and have a chat and, you want to put yourself out there as well and get your message heard. I definitely 100%, guys, come and see Media 8 and have a go.
Excellent. Love that. So this is your first podcast you've ever done?
It is.
You've done a really good job.
Thank you so much, Brett.
Excellent work. And we'll see you again real soon.
Thank you, Brett. And thank you, Media 8.
No worries. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening to the My Business Podcast, brought to you by Media 8 on the Podfire platform. If you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to the team on all our socials at mybusiness.pod.